swear to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Okay.
May it please the court?
Yes.
Please introduce yourself to the court.
My name is Tyler Johnson.
What do you do for work?
I don't really work. I'm married well, so I stay at home and do some volunteering.
How are you involved with Earhart High School?
My son Andrew attends Earhart High School, and I'm the PTA president.
How did you get along with the previous principal, Gordon Jones?
Principal Jones and I didn't really see eye to eye. He was pretty loose with finger rules, and you could probably call him radical.
Ms. Johnson, what is your opinion of religion in the school system?
I think that religion should be kept at home with the parents so they can make their own decisions.
Now let's talk about your relationship with Christine Gordon. How do you know Christine Gordon?
My son Andrew had her his freshman year and then again his junior year.
And what is your relationship like with Miss Gordon?
I don't like her.
Why don't you like her?
In 2006, I chaperoned an event where she took her students to Queen Elizabeth and the rest of the Church of England. And as a concerned parent, I just voiced my concerns that maybe not all the students would be comfortable with this. And she was very rude and just dismissed me like it didn't matter.
Now let's talk about your son's civics class. What happened in this instance?
Andrew was assigned some community service hours, and after he completed them and turned them in, Miss Gordon just wouldn't accept them.
How did you react to Miss Gordon almost failing your son?
I was very angry. I mean, Andrew had worked hard for those hours, and the fact that she wouldn't accept them just was really ridiculous.
Now let's talk about Principal Jordan Loman. Are you happy with the hiring of Principal Loman?
I am very thrilled. I was on the board that elected her and interviewed her, and I found out that during the interview process that she would be a far superior principal than Principal Jones was.
Did you ever interact with Miss Gordon after your son's freshman year?
Unfortunately, Andrew had her again his junior year.
What happened in his junior year?
Andrew had come home and showed me some pictures that he had taken on his phone of a swastika in her room, and told me that she was spending class time discussing her club.
What was your reaction to the discovery of all of Miss Gordon's religious symbols and promoting the Free Spirit Club?
I was really angry. I mean, myself as an educated woman, I know what the swastika meant before Hitler adopted it, but I don't feel like kids at their age would. And what if a kid was offended by it? I mean, I'm the PTA president. I'm there to look out for the students, so my concerns are, relevant.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Did you ever look at school rules in regards to clubs?
Yes, I did.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading question.
Your Honor, it's on time. My witnesses are answered.
Well, once you follow it up, then if you're going to follow it up with a non-leading question.
And what do these rules say?
It says that a club cannot be active without the permission of a principal.
Do you know if Principal Loman was aware of the club?
I don't think she was.
And the record reflects I'm handing Your Honor. Opposing counsel. And the witness was remarked as defense exhibit C. Ms. Johnson, what is this?
This is the email and the response between me and Principal.
Is this a fair and accurate copy of the email and response with Principal Loman?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, this time we put it into evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. I have two objections. The first is the second email within this exhibit is from the principal, and I don't believe that Ms. Johnson can accurately lay out a proper foundation for this email. And my second objection is that
Let me stop you there. Why do you say she can't lay the proper foundation?
well, because she, Principal Loman has not testified yet and cannot lay the foundation about whether this is in fact a response from Principal Loman.
Your Honor, may I respond?
Yes.
It is clearly a response. It is the email that Ms. Johnson sent to Principal Loman, and then the immediate response from Principal Loman to Ms. Johnson's claim. So I feel that Ms. Johnson can indeed testify about this email.
Your Honor, may I respond?
Yes.
The defense has not established that Principal Loman can identify this email as the one she sent.
Right. But the witness can identify it as the response she got to her email.
My objection still stands for the second one.
And I'm sorry, what's your second objection?
My second objection is for the email that Ms. Johnson sent. There is a section in the beginning that contains hearsay.
Your Honor, this is not hearsay. It's merely we're not debating whether it's the truth of the matter. We are going to show the subsequent actions that happened after this email was published.
All right, your objections are overruled.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Exhibit C will be admitted.
And may I publish the jury?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson, what is the significance about this email?
If you look to the response that Principal Lohman sent me, she says that she will look into the situation, which means she obviously didn't have any previous knowledge of it.
Ms. Johnson, why did you write this email?
Because I wanted to expose Ms. Gordon.
And finally, what happened that caused Principal Lohman to fire Ms. Gordon?
I guess that Ms. Gordon had enough and pushed Principal Lohman. My only complaint was that after all my hard work, it took 2 years for her to be fired.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
All right, give me cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Johnson, let me ask you about 2006 when you shot on the field trip in this class. This was your first encounter with this work, correct?
Yes, it was.
The class was going to visit an exhibit about the Church of England, correct?
Queen Elizabeth and the Church of England. And the Rise of Church of England.
You opposed this exhibit, didn't you?
Yes, I felt that it wasn't necessary for her to be taking her students to this religious exhibit.
Okay, but Ms. Johnson, wasn't this exhibit about a subject matter taught schools?
Yes, but I didn't feel like it was necessary to take her students there.
So a world history teacher took her students on a field trip about a subject that was taught in schools, correct?
I just didn't feel like it was okay for all the students because, there might have been a student with a different religion that would have been offended.
Okay, so you joined in the PTA in 2007, correct?
Yes, I did.
So when this field trip happened, you were not involved in PTA, were you?
No, but I was volunteering because my son was in school in the district and I just wanted to be involved.
Okay. Your son started at THS in 2008, correct?
Yes, he did. He was a freshman.
You said okay. So when this field trip happened in 2006, none of your children were in high school, were they?
No, but they were within the district, so I was helping out and volunteering.
Okay. After this encounter with Ms. Gordon, would you say that your opinion of her was not the best?
I didn't really like how rude she was to me and how she dismissed my concerns.
As a result of this incident, you were resentful and vowed to expose her, correct?
More or less, yes.
Okay. You have a son named Andrew, correct?
I'm sorry, what?
You have a son named Andrew, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And he had Ms. Gordon for his freshman civics class, correct?
Yes, he did.
You had a disagreement about a certain grade given to Andrew by Ms. Gordon, correct?
I had a disagreement that she wouldn't accept his hard work community service hours, yes.
Okay. Did these hours need to be pre-approved?
Yes, they did.
Okay. And they were not working?
Andrew asked me, so I thought that might have been pre-approved, so.
But you didn't ask the teacher, did you?
I don't think so, no.
And this was during the 2008-2009 school year, correct?
His freshman year.
You wrote an article in the local paper complaining about your son's grade in October of 2009, correct?
Yes.
So you waited at least 4 months, and this was after your son's grade had been finalized, to complain about his grade.
Well, I wrote the letter after it happened. Whether or not the newspaper published it when I sent it to them is not in my hands, so I can't decide whether they published it.
Okay, but it was published 4 months after your son's grade had been finalized.
But like I said, that's not my choice. That's the newspaper's choice. I know when I wrote it.
Okay. In this article, you mentioned Ms. Gordon by name, correct?
Yes.
You openly criticized her, didn't you?
It was no dispute that I didn't like her in my letter.
As an officer of the PTA, you have access to teacher phone numbers, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And these numbers are for emergency only, correct?
Emergency only, yes. And so I can get a hold of them, yeah.
But you called her at her home to complain about your son's grade, didn't you?
I felt like it was an immediate emergency. I mean, Andrew was being unfairly graded because of community service, so to get to the bottom of it, I had to talk to her.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, let me get this straight. You thought, in your mind, your son's grade justified the use of an emergency contact number?
Yes, I did. I mean, every parent should care about their